Peace, Moonlight citizens, and welcome to the Woo Bar. I'm just kidding. Welcome to the Moonlight Kingdom Podcast. And this 89th episode, I think it's 89. 89 and grand episode of the Moonlight Kingdom Podcast. And this episode, we are talking about, who knows what we're talking about. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff on this episode as I'm joined by my esteemed guest, a good friend of mine who's been pretty much a regular on here in previous episodes, but is now back after a long hiatus. In 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Fucking switching gears to like Marvel and shit because it never fails to provide us with shit to talk about. Although in recent years it's been bad shit. Just goddamn.
It's been a bit dire lately.
Yeah.
Ish.
Do you have? It's been almost 2 years since they have announced RDJ was Doctor Doom for Doomsday. Do you have any hype? I mean, they did drop that teaser with like Captain America, so it's like, you got any hype for the?
I'm not gonna lie. Nah, I don't. I really don't. Like, I tried to have hype, but I was like, no. I don't know where this is going to, like, where it's leading to.
Yeah.
It just seems like another cash grab. I'm not for it at all. I'm really not. Like, I tried to be, but like, with what Marvel has been doing lately, I just see it as we're never going to return to the level of quality that we used to have. We took those days for granted, those Infinity War days, those Endgame days. We took them for granted.
Oh yeah.
Every story sucks now.
Yeah. Even the shows that people and even the movies that people can look at and say, "Oh man, like Marvel is back with this one." They all have something in them that like, well, this is terrible, drags down the whole movie. And like
exactly, Shang-Chi had issues. So many things had issues to do. Shang-Chi had issues. Black Widow was issues.
It's like them.
Ant-Man 2 had one issue in that they should have recast Chadwick unfortunately. Like, they did good with what they had, but I still wanted to see, T'Challa back. I'm so sorry, but like, that's the truth.
Now we did get an emotional send off in Black Panther 2, and it did raise the stock of that movie in terms of like making it a better movie. But you feel it would have been better had they just recast and gone with the original script?
Yeah, like honestly, the fact that we actually have a time jump, like a stupid time jump, 20 years, just to make like two same relative, is very stupid because that basically ages out Clint. It ages out like fucking like old niggas. Maybe Carol can survive because she's like immortal. Hulk to Thor as well. But Falcon is gone. Falcon is an old man at that point. Who's Captain America? Is it gonna be that fucking nigga as your branded grandson? Like, what the fuck? Who knows? Cap's gonna be old. Thor's immortal. Morgan will be an adult woman, I suppose. Thor's kid will probably just be a little bit older, barely any years, considering what she is. And like, Bishop's gonna be like kind of like a Goku, like almost. So she's like 20 now, so with like a mamzo, like a deep mamzo, by the time Tuesday's an adult. I just don't like those implications, like, for the current universe. I don't like the implications. They're very stupid to me.
Yeah. Although given his age, it makes sense because it was the time period of after the first Black Panther and before Endgame. That was the only time he could have been born. No, before Infinity War. That was the only time he could have been born. So it makes sense that he's so young. And making him any older.
No, my issue isn't really with his age. It's just that having him have a son is a bit stupid. Like, bring him back. I don't really care about the son. His name may be like his name might be like his grandfather's or whatever. But I don't care about the name for real. Like, I don't care about him. He never made T'Challa. He's just a fucking, he's like a death baby. Like the baby you have when the husband just died, things like that. Like who cares? So for me, I'm honestly fine here. I'm honestly fine. 100%. I am being a billionaire.
On the subject of a baby you had after like the husband died, you ever hearing about Zack Snyder's plans for like the Snyderverse, like to wrap it up with like Lois? Like it turns out the baby Lois was having at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League was actually
it was Bruce's.
Yeah, it was Bruce's, not Clark's.
That's disgusting. That nigga's a freak, dude. Like, what's wrong with him? He's such a freakazoid.
I'm most surprised that, dude originally wanted like that kid to grow up and become the new Batman, and I'm just like, really, man?
They want Batman to fucking have superpowers or whatever. But, he's like a nigga.
I don't know, man. Like,
Sounds...
you the way you said, like, bro, that's disgusting. So it bothered you to find out that fucking Lois and Bruce got it on after Clark died.
Very much. Like that's what messed up.
I mean, you could kind of see it.
Not do that.
You could kind of see it, given like she was grieving, like he would be there to console her and shit.
I mean, I guess so. It's still messed up, I just don't mess around with that.
Yeah. I mean, we might get it. What with when Warner Brothers selling to the Netflix now, and like Zach being cool with Netflix and all that. We might actually wrap up the whole Snyderverse thing. Although it will have to be animated now because everyone's like old as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Even Cavill.
Yeah. I mean, Cavill's not that old, but he is getting up there in age.
The thing is, he did not age well at all.
It could be.
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Hold on for a minute. I'm getting a call right now, okay?
Oh, no. It's like very strange. But they will love, like, look at, what's that Tarantino movie? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That movie made less money than Sinners. But they loved that shit. They called it a success.
Oh, yeah.
Sinners made way more money than that movie, but they say, I don't.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I wonder why.
What sucks is we can't even call that shit out.
Coogler's actually killing shit. I won't even lie. He's the only guy, like, out of Marvel, really, who's still doing shit, I feel.
Yeah. Well, he ain't had, aside from Ironheart, he hasn't had a miss yet. But he was just a producer on that, so I don't count it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's something that he had to push as a creator. Like, it's the same way how you can't really blame Feige. Well, not implicitly at least, but you can blame him in another capacity. It's why you can't really blame him for all the bad movies that have been coming out. Like, unfortunately, it's just been a dry spell for Marvel. I don't know.
Yeah.
They've had this like cohesion issue.
He admitted way back in like an interview that he had to the reason there's been so many new projects is because Disney Plus wanted to add to like the streaming service. They needed content. Yeah,
it's strange. Even their attitude towards other things like Wonder Man did. Like you wonder why is. I feel like no one's really taking good care of Wonder Man right now. And it's strange, too, because you would expect the show to have a little bit more hype considering what's coming. Considering what's coming this year. Like, look, like Newsflash on 2026. There are things that are going to come with 2026. And I feel like Wonder Man, he's not a big puzzle piece into it, but the fact that he's a new character, like, you can't introduce a new character like the same year you intend to have like the super duper story unless you're going to use the character well in some capacity. Same reason why T'Challa works so well in Infinity War, because he had his own movie shortly before Infinity War, and right before that as well, he was also in another ensemble movie, which was Civil War. You know, the the trifecta of going from Civil War to Black Panther to Infinity War for T'Challa was pretty big. It really did, give some gravitas to the character. Like, those three movies were very important to that character. But at the same time, with Chadwick and after, you definitely feel robbed. Like, our time was cut short with the character. The character had so much more, legs story wise to fulfill. And it's very sad too, because what could have been like as amazing and iconic as the Illuminati. You could have had the White Panther saga, the
The beef with him
false.
and Namor.
Exactly. Like, you really could have had so many opportunities of stories had Boseman lived, fought the cancer, the leukemia, whatever name you want to give it. Had he have been able to fight it, that recovery would have been very crucial, especially for coming back and doing things like, um, you know, uh, in game. Amajan, sharp, sharp. Yeah, just hold on. For me, that's my main gripe with Black Panther. Like, you could have had so many decent storylines, story progressions, but it just got robbed. It just got taken from us. Now, unfortunately, we can't fight death, but we can fight the narrative of death. Just because one life is over doesn't mean a story has to be. Ultimately, that's how I've always felt. That's just the thing.
But now, with some of those stories that we missed out on, they're naturally going to shift more towards Shuri now that she's the Black Panther and she's the one who had the big dust up with Namor in Wakanda Forever. So at least there's that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, I'm not particularly upset with Shuri's Black Panther, especially since she was portrayed very well and very powerful in her own movie. Because sometimes Marvel tends to make our heroes dumb or like dumb and weak in their own movies. I don't know why. Like, it's very rare where a character has a good showing in like their first solo movie. But with Wakanda Forever, it was pretty decent. She put up a pretty good fight against Namor. I'm not saying I don't want her as a Black Panther moving forward, but I do want, I don't know, like, something has to give via via the element of passing the mantle onwards. But again, now, stupidly so, that will now involve the concept of a time skip occurring. You know, one thing that we constantly
A
see,
big
like,
time skip.
on is like an alternate universe T'Challa, like a Damson Idris or something, like just coming over into 606. I don't believe that's happening whatsoever. I really don't. So, the odds of that happening, pretty low, in my opinion, pretty low. At the end of the day, it's just wishful thinking, especially in terms of trying to have a Wakandan whole filled. It's just wishful thinking, I feel.
Yeah,
Like, it's just nothing more.
I kind of want to see where they're gonna go with the third movie because they've already cast. They announced like Denzel's gonna be in it, so I'm like, okay, where's the story gonna go? Especially now that Mbaku is apparently the new king. Like, where does that leave Shuri?
Oh yeah, Denzel did spoil that. I remember he said he apologized to Ryan because he said it in like an interview. I think it was like for Wired even. It was a while back. I have no idea what's going on. because most people thought that Denzel being part of the Marvel universe meant that he's Magneto. But then nothing went forward with that, since now we know that the original X-Men are going to be, returning. So I don't think Denzel is the new Magneto whatsoever. But he's definitely a character. Just not Eric Lensher.
He wouldn't be Eric Lensher if he was going to be new Magneto. He'd have to be he'd have to be basically an entire new character. His whole backstory would have to change.
The thing is, what happens with, because people thought that, okay, guys, if Eric Lensher was a Nazi, he was a prisoner, he was a child when it happened, World War II, how do we stretch that with the timeline? Well, in this case, Eric Lensher is like a former Black Panther or Black Power member or whatever. He's a member of the Black Power group or whatever now, and I guess his backstory is going to be tied to the Civil Rights Movement instead of Nazi Germany. I don't know. It's a way to try and fix that, because, again, the years matter in this case. Because for Marvel, I mean, for us, technically, I think as the years pass, we're pretty much itching Marvel's timeline. I don't know. I think it's been 7 years in Marvel right now, right? So they're in 2030, 2028. What do you think? What year are they in right now?
Because, well, given that they recently just had an election where Ross became president, it's not the year that we're in now, but it's definitely a couple of years away from where we thought we were in previously, because after Endgame happened, it's okay, 5 years have passed. That's 2020, 21, yeah. So it's okay, in those 5 years,
and we've passed that 3 years ago. No, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's how long it's.
All right. So in those 5 years, some more years would have had to happen, because Ritson became president.
The years for the presidency to roll over with Ross. And, the years for T'Challa to be buried and BP2 to happen. The years for Spider-Man. The years for what else did we have during that time for Doctor Strange? If that even matters.
That wrapped up in a day. If we're looking at it laterally.
I mean,
yeah.
How long has he been since he's no longer been Sorcerer Supreme anymore?
That's since.
You see.
Yeah. Since Endgame. Which means he hasn't been Sorcerer Supreme in years.
Yeah, that's crazy, because what year is Spider-Man from? Spider-Man No Way Home. Is that 2022? I mean, 2024? Because Peter and them would have had to spend the whole year repeating the grade they were in, even though they're supposed to be 22 or something. Because they need to owe Peter 2001s. Peter and them should be grown adults, but instead they're still 17.
Yeah. Plus, in Far From Home.
By the time No Way Home comes up, I'm pretty sure it's 2024, because they've had another school year since coming back to school in 2023 when the snap happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because Far From Home is 1 year. It's the year the snap happened. Because the second snap. It's the year the second snap happened, because they have that report at the beginning.
So Spider-Man Homecoming 2016. Boom. We know that. Spider-Man 2, that one is slightly after Endgame. Spider-Man Far From Home, slightly after Endgame. Obviously, Tony has just died. So there's still that memory of, oh my god, we defeated Thanos and whatever. But Peter is still kind of normal. That movie is depicting their repeating year. and they go to Italy, and they fucking meet this nigga Mysterio, and bing bang boom, shit happens. Fury is still in space, probably doing some sword bullshit. That's why he wasn't in a movie. I feel. I don't know how I feel about attaching Secret Invasion to that in terms of timelines. So I rather won't. What I will say is that at some point Fury went to space, but that had to have been after Tony's funeral. So like 2023-ish, late in the year, he's already been giving the impression that he's gonna leave Earth since the funeral. So it makes sense for him to be gone. I'm not really mad at him. I don't care about him.
But by the time he comes back, it's clear that years have passed because he got that big old beard on him.
Exactly. Nigga was on the sword ship, calculating fucking Doctor Doom signals from outer space. They were doing some heavy shit there. If they needed Fury, he's probably out there talking to fucking Reed Richards. You know what I mean?
Reed Richards doesn't exist yet. The Fantastic Four ship doesn't show up till Thunderbolts, not post-credit.
Yeah, but how do you know that Fury is not just speaking to Reed? How do you know? We don't really know. Fury can do that. Fury's a very capable guy. You know what I mean?
Then what the fuck was all that shit in Secret Invasion about him being all washed up and, this ain't for you no more, or whatever the fuck.
And in Secret Invasion, come on, you know that. He was fine. Secret Invasion, he was fine. He was fine. Secret Invasion.
Yeah. But then again, we don't know if that was Fury or if that was Talos, man, because he was taking his place every now and then.
No, Talos in scenes with his graphic, okay? But other than that, it was Fury the entire time. That's why the nigga was rocked so hard when Maria Hill got killed. And nigga had a panic attack, dog. That was the real Fury.
I still say that was a dumb move, by the way. Like, how the fuck you gonna kill Maria Hill in episode 1? Like,
that didn't need to happen. It didn't need to happen. It was pretty stupid. It really didn't need to happen. I don't know why it was done. Hey, I have very few words on that. Very few words, but I definitely am on the boat that says it wasn't necessary. I know it's just done to make the stories simpler and cheaper, so they wouldn't have to pay cobiesmulders. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. I kind of felt bad for cobiesmulders because before the show came out, she was like, we're going to get to see more of Maria Hill and like her character was going to get fleshed out, this, that, and the third. Uh-huh.
She was like it, and everyone thought, oh, okay, she's like going to be like the season favorite, the season highlight. Bam, this bitch dies in 2 episodes. Hi, bro, what's going on, Gandhi? It was very sudden. It was very weird. Why would they even do that? There was no point.
Everett Ross from Black Panther has more.
Maria Hill, you are a real bitch.
Yeah. Everett Ross has more appearances in Secret Invasion than freaking cobiesmulders does. Like, and he was a Skrull for most of it, which actually raises more questions.
Yeah, that's literally so stupid. It's dude, I used to be on the side that says that Maria Hill can fucking wash Black Widow. Like that's how much I respected Maria Hill. We don't get Maria Hill. We don't get any Maria Hill. They don't love her. I don't know why. She's such a cool character. She deserves more. She deserved more. My God. They wasted her. Oh, Kobe. I used to have such a big crush on Kobe was crazy.
From
And
yeah,
I don't know, maybe from like How I Met Your Mother. Maybe it's from
yeah,
those days. It was like,
definitely.
but she's just really, she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her and Ted never
The
made
weirdest thing
sense.
is that
I was
the
down as hell.
weirdest
Her
shit,
and Ted never made sense.
bro. I literally see Robin in my girl. That's so crazy. By the way,
Oh yeah, nah,
my
that's
girl looks like Robin. It's so weird. It's like what?
shit. Hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Hey, man, being in a relationship was crazy, you know. Yeah, I watched it. See, the thing is, sometimes I have to keep up to date with what's happening because my niece is a big Marvel buff, and sometimes she'll want me to come and see the movie with her. And then if she's doing that, then she's also going to be inviting my girlfriend. So I'm there with my girlfriend. So I only came here for my girlfriend, TBH. So I ended up watching these movies. So I got to see Thunderbolts because it was like a trip for like many people. And yeah, I watched it. It was okay. It was actually pretty good. I liked it more than I liked Captain America. That says something.
Okay,
And
so
bad.
that's clear and established. My question is this though about friggin' Thunderbolts. So with at at the end of Thunderbolts, Bob is just Bob. You know, he's not Bob with all the abilities of Sentry. He's like gotten because like Sentry is
He's
attached to the
repressed.
void and all that shit,
Yeah,
and he's gotten past
he,
that.
he's just repressed.
So he
He's
did
not
just forget about it.
anymore. Yeah, man. That was the best movie in this phase. Quite honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just this thing of having okay, so the thing in Thunderbolts is that him being with the team helped him get over his like trauma and depression and whatever, and now he's like there's no more void, but like when he comes out of that and everyone comes out of that, he has no memory of any of this shit. He just straight up forgot the and even which doesn't make
It's very amnesia.
which doesn't make sense because in that post credit scene, which is set like a year later, and they're being sued by Sam. I don't know. I don't fucking know how, but they're being sued by Sam. He's like, you know, I could be the Sentry, but
If they want the name.
yeah. He explains that he could be the Sentry, but to do that, he would need to bring in like that other side of him too. Like he'd have to risk bringing that other side of him too. So he does remember, but like,
Exactly.
shit, it's fucking
Because I just think about the scaling implications because are you saying that Sentry is the biggest hitter now in Marvel? Is he the hippiest hitter? Can Sentry pack up though? What is going on? Why can humans create god level beings? What are humans doing? You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
how are we humans doing this?
Yeah, it's just it's fucking weird. Just the whole thing of it all, like just the power scaling of a guy like Bob. It's just especially when okay, Sentry in the comics can go toe to toe with the Hulk, like World War Hulk, man. Like just and that's big enough what it is. But like Sentry in this movie, he's I think at one point they even say like you know he's up there with Thor in terms of like I don't know how they would know that but yeah, we see him display his power and he takes out the Thunderbolts, which isn't that impressive. You know, like, it's not that impressive. Fucking Iron Man could piece up the Thunderbolts. No disrespect to the Thunderbolts, but they're just people. Super soldier people, but at the end of the day, they're just people. Only one of them even has powers. Like,
Yeah, I get what you mean. I think that movie was definitely an unexpected banger. People thought it would be like Suicide Squad level of midness. But it ended up doing very decently. It actually surprised.
Yeah. But I cannot for the life of man. I hate that opening though. When they all get into the random room and they run into each other, and then Taskmaster showed up just to immediately fucking die. Like, why? Why'd you do this? Why did you brought back this character just to die? Like,
I don't even think the Russian actress knew or remembered that she died. She's like, I can't wait to be in the next stories.
yeah.
I'm glad to be back. Like, she's already hopeful.
That is, you know,
But
that
she died in like 6 minutes.
that was clearly a reshoot. You know right away that was clearly a reshoot. I saw the shit online. Apparently, the director was like in the original like script that he was handed. Taskmaster doesn't die. She's actually there throughout the story. And if you look in that first trailer, there's a weird gap. There's when they're all going to confront Val. There's a weird gap, between like Red Guardian and them. And apparently, like that's he's saying like that's proves that she was supposed to be there in that scene, but she was edited out. Ugh. Shit is weird, man. It ticked me the fuck off watching that shit. Like the one character is like who actually has history with Yelena and kind of fits into the whole misfit group that they seem to be going for here, and they're the one who dies. Like you brought this. It's not enough that you didn't adapt Taskmaster like he is in the comics. Okay, fine. Taskmaster's a woman now. Whatever. That doesn't really matter. His gender doesn't play into the powers or whatever. But not only is Taskmaster a woman now, but Taskmaster is a Black Widow villain. Okay, whatever the fuck, whatever the fuck. The character will be redeemed when they get into Thunderbolts. Nope. They die. Just
And it could have been good.
yeah. It definitely could have been good. Thing is, like, this character dies for no reason. She just gets taken out by Ghost, and then Ghost is like, okay, now I'm out of here. And then they get trapped, and it's like, well, fuck. And no one has anything to say. No one has anything to say about the fucking dead body that's just laying in the room with them.
It's ridiculous. I wonder though, the Thunderbolts are at this point regulated by DeFontaine.
Not really, because they had that, like, moment where, like, they were going to confront her right before that press conference, and, like, Elena whispered, like, we own you now. It's like, do you really? She could still have you killed. Just
Exactly. Like you can have shot callers in their spines. She's like, she's kind of like a Viola Davis, fucking Amanda Waller type of bitch. Clearly. So I don't know why they're so confident in knowing that they can beat her or whatever. Because I feel like she's very powerful. I feel like she's like a single statement. Amanda Waller is to Cecil, what is it? Cecil Stessel or whatever. As is to, yeah, very, very, very powerful.
even Waller in, like, okay, the Suicide Squad, the James Gunn Suicide Squad does that whole you can't touch us because we have dirt on you thing way better, because they have actual dirt. They, like, the squad knows about Project Starfish. They know about, like, the US government's hand and all that, and they're responsible for, like, the destruction of Corto Maltese. They actually have leverage over Waller in, like, hey, you come after us, we'll tell everyone what you did and you'll be ruined. Like, they actually have leverage. So, but even they're not like, we own you now. Like, no, dude, it's literally just a thing of, we have leverage on you, so stay off our backs. Which makes way more sense.
That's so stupid, man.
Yeah, that was also that.
I feel like most of these programs, they're not gonna matter in like a few years. That's what really angers me.
Yeah, with like with especially because we got fucking Doomsday coming like right around the corner. Like most of this shit isn't gonna matter. Like it's a freaking multiversal threat. Are we really gonna be bogged down on some shit that the Thunderbolts are doing? Oh, I'm sorry, the quote unquote new Avengers with a Z.
Exactly. Stupid thing.
Is it man? The lawsuit is stupid. Like really, man? Like you gonna sue You gonna sue them? Don't you know, Bucky? What kind of shit is this? Like you coming with lawsuits, man? That's a bitch move. That's a Drake move, man. Shit.
It's crazy.
It
What
doesn't.
was the end goal with that film? What has happened right now?
We don't know what has happened in the time that's passed between Thunderbolts and like the 1 year later. A lot could have changed for all we know. Like Sam could have his own team of Avengers or not, because Ross was like in like the in fucking what's this Brave New World. He was talking about like, hey, I want to bring back the Avengers. Only like he wanted like his version of the Avengers, which I thought that's what the Thunderbolts were gonna be. Cause in the comics they're his team, which is doesn't add
Yeah.
up here. But yeah. Oh well. There's so many things that doesn't make sense. Fucking you notice how Brave New World straight up just ignored all the shit that happened in Secret Invasion. No more aliens on this planet. We know who you are. We're coming for you. No more Ritson. No more like no more Skrulls. Just none of that. It's like this shit didn't happen.
I think it's like a theme with different movies where it's like we don't gotta address other things as other movies plot points if we're just telling a contained story about this hero. Those other things very well do still exist, but they aren't important for the current story.
Yeah.
You know, like Skrulls don't matter in a Black Panther story. Things like that. But they might matter in a Spider-Man story.
Yeah. It just gets tiresome. That the shit seemed like it's a it's setting up a road that leads to a dead end. That's what's frustrating about this like last two phases of the MC. Okay, phase 4, that was because of Jonathan Majors. There's no way they could have planned for that. But phase 5 just feels so these projects are so disconnected from one another. They have nothing to do with each other.
What do we have in terms of future lineup?
In terms of what?
Like future lineup of heroes.
The future lineup of heroes, because I don't know, because like I said, these stories don't connect to anything. So I would say Moon Knight, but he doesn't connect to anything going on in Marvel. I'd say fucking Werewolf by Night, but he also doesn't connect to anything. It's like there's two phases of new heroes that have been introduced that have nothing to do with anybody, and they just exist in their own bubble. I mean, it's great for that hero, but as part of the larger narrative, they don't mean shit. You know, like, we don't really have a new lineup. If you look at it, we got Kate Bishop, we got Ironheart, maybe, fucking, what's this? The Thunderbolts, and that's it? And, oh, yeah, and Sam is Captain America. But I'm pretty sure they're walking that back now. They're like really backpedaling on that, considering they brought back Chris Evans.
Yeah, and also this whole thing of a baby, I don't know where it's going.
Like, is that supposed to be Sharon? Like, what's going on? Like,
I mean, Sharon is so it can't be Sharon yet. It's like some other. It's his firstborn which is going to be Sharon's aunt or uncle, depending on the gender.
Yeah.
Or Sharon's cousin, I suppose. Yeah, or one of Sharon's cousins.
Yeah, it's just, I don't get that. I don't get it at all. I mean, because timeline wise, okay, when they went back, that was like when they went back in Endgame, that wasn't World War II. That was like the 60s. So, I mean, even if that was Sharon, it wouldn't add up timeline wise. Because she was born in the 60s. She'd be like really fucking old by the time Winter Soldier comes around. And that couldn't be Sharon. So it would have to be another kid. But like him having a kid, like the only way that could play into the story that I think of is he's gonna lose this kid somehow, or this kid is going to be threatened. And that's what like brings him into action.
Yeah,
In Captain America, dude, like just the. How do you feel about the decision to bring back Chris Evans? You think like it means Marvel has like totally lost faith in Sam as Captain America?
I think they're trying to give him a weird boost. They're trying to give him a little boost right now. It's a bit hard for him to function like currently. So yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be easier.
Yeah, it's just, I see all these messages online and people talking on social media like, all right, the real Captain America is back. And it's like, I don't know. It kind of, you can tell that's not what they're trying to do, but it sure looks like it. It looks that way. Because how you going to have two dudes named Captain America? Like, yeah. Plus, Brave New World didn't make the money they wanted it to. You could kind of see why they would do that. Like, bring back Chris Evans and be like, well, the movies he was in made money. Let's bring him back. It's like, yeah. But doing so undercuts Sam's ability to call himself Captain America. So it's still it's very fucking weird. But I remember watching when Falcon and Winter Soldier, and dude got mad that John Walker called him Cap's wingman. I'm like, bruh, that's exactly what you were. What you getting mad about? You were literally Cap's wingman. Shit. The fuck?
I think for them it's not enjoyable because it probably does like conjure up those memories of inadequacy, as well as like, oh, okay, well, I know that I did say that I have grown up and I am my own person now. However, sometimes I lose my battles, and sometimes I cannot, for the life of me, win. But it doesn't mean that I'm lesser than what you were when you had the mantle. It's basically shit like that.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, man. Oh shit. I see this now. But to pivot away from that to something that was discussed on another day. Thoughts on the concept of a film having a stunt ass for. You remember that shit? Like they asked dude if he was willing to have like a stunt.
Wasn't that
Yeah, Marty Supreme. There's apparently a scene where dude gets spanked. It was like and they asked him like if he'd be willing to use a stunt man for this scene. Cause like literally listed him as stunt ass, and he's turned it down. Like
This is